Hey, what's up guys? Kane here with XBLA fans, and I'm going to be making a different video for Super Mega Baseball today, and today we're going to talk a little bit more about power hitting and how to hit home runs. Now, I made an offhanded comment during one of my streams about how if I was playing at 0 ego, I would pretty much hit every single ball out, and if I was playing around 50, I'd probably hit every other ball out. And someone kind of called me on it, and I was just like, it's whatever. I mean, it's pretty easy. So if you're struggling to hit, this video will hopefully help you out a little bit because I'm going to kind of walk through what I'm doing. And also, this should just show you it's not that hard. So the biggest thing you're going to notice is that at 0 ego, you have tons of room for mistakes. Just about anything you do will not punish you. That's what makes it so easy to hit almost every ball out. Because yeah, you may not cleanly hit a couple. You may occasionally, be early on it and just knock it foul. But it's not typically going to be one of those situations where you're going to pop it straight up in the air. So one of the biggest things that if you are struggling to hit the ball well and hit it cleanly, you're probably swinging at junk. And what I mean by that is you got to stop. This is my biggest struggle. So if you were to look at my games that I've played online, my pennant race games, they're up on Twitch. You can check them under twitch.tv/XBLA fans. You can see plenty of mistakes being made by me. And in general, they're because of the fact that I'm swinging at balls that are way low. And it's really hard to hit something cleanly that low. But I mean, it's just, it's one of those things you just got to work on eventually. Now, when you're playing at this low of an ego, the ball is going to kind of automatically, or the indicator is going to automatically go to the ball. You actually need to intentionally bring it down and keep bringing it lower. So if you're trying to get that achievement for hitting 4 home runs in a row, I got you. This is going to help you. So what you need to do is just put it up on 0 and just start moving it underneath. Now your goal is to get it to where that super kind of reticule, like there's the dotted line and then there's the solid line in the middle. You kind of want to get that solid line or circle to where it's hitting the solid line of the ball being thrown just at the bottom of it. You want to hit it pretty cleanly, but you need to hit it to where you give it a launch angle. So for those of you familiar with baseball, that's kind of what we're doing. I kind of got screwed a little bit by this park. I actually left this clip in because I thought it was hilarious. But I didn't even know that was a thing. It hit the railing and still fell down. It didn't count. But I mean, outside of that single hit, I'm pretty sure we went all the way through the order and got a home run for every single player, including the pitcher. My pitcher's kind of a beast, to be perfectly honest. You might happen to recognize some of these people. These are people from our stream, hang out a lot, so we made them into characters. Obviously, I have not actually boosted any of the characters on this team on their stats outside of myself, the next batter from this guy. And I mean, yeah, I'm that guy. I'll admit it. So, I got perfect stats, but everyone else, this is just a general contact team that I've kind of, cosmetically changed. So there's nothing special about the team I'm doing this with. You could do this with literally anybody. And this is just the key, is you need to learn to not swing at junk and where to line up the ball to be able to hit it out. Now this will work all the way up to high ego. It gets harder, and I'm actually going to jump in a little bit to some clips from higher ego. And when I say higher ego, I'm only jumping to 50. And I went straight from 0 to 50, and you'll notice really quickly it does affect your timing. So when you are jumping around different egos, you're going to struggle a little bit at first, but if you kind of let it hone in, it honestly feels pretty similar to what it used to feel like at the lower one. At least up until you hit about 80. Once you hit about 80, anything past that is it's going to be a little rough no matter what. Even for really good players. So, again, this is just kind of a guide to hitting a little bit, but mostly a guide to hitting home runs. This does not mean this is how you need to play the game. You do not need to, swing with power every single time trying to hit the ball out. This is just to show you that, honestly, if you get good enough at it, you can. It's not really that difficult. And obviously this is 0. 0 is literally a joke. It is that easy. This is the mode I use to unlock achievements, like you see right there. That's kind of my goal when I'm doing this. That's the only reason I'm doing it, is to just grind out some of these achievements quickly, because I know that they're going to hit very easily. So, you know, like when I wanted to hit for the cycle, I knew it would be super easy right here to do it in a 1-inning game. Because honestly, you will not get out. The only way you're going to get out is if you bunt or strike out. But, like, you're really not going to strike out. So, you know, this is a perfect setting if you're just trying to get some of these achievements that you have to do against the computer. You can get them nice, easy, pretty cleanly. That's great too. But again, like if you're trying to hit the home runs, don't swing at the junk. You'll notice I basically have to walk here almost because the guy just refused to give me a strike. And then when he does, pop it. Get underneath it, give it that launch angle, use that power swing. X is your power swing, but believe it or not, you can hit them out with just contact. You do not even need to use the power. Some of the contact teams actually are really good at hitting power swings, or hitting home runs, not power swings. They're really good at hitting home runs just off the contact swings. You'll see how deep you can hit it just off stuff like that. And like, I wouldn't advise, you know, just doing this every single online match, you know, just like lining up and just trying to pound it, unless you just happen to be playing at this low of a setting. But online, ideally, you're never going to see these pitches. Alright, so we're going to jump to 50, and this is where you're going to see my timing's clearly off. But you're also going to see my kind of approach at the plate is bad. So I had to kind of readjust and remember, okay, I'm actually playing against someone who's not going to throw it straight down the middle anymore, and he's not going to give me just easy meatballs. So, like, I just struck out right away, just kind of to get my timing back. But we get right back into it right after that, and it's not something you have to worry about. Once you've got your timing back, you literally can do everything you were doing at 0 right back on 50. Just start getting that launch angle. Drop it like it's hot. I'm sorry. I'll never say that again. I know someone's going to give me crap for that. But, like, dude, you can knock these things out of the park really, really easy. And it's not that hard. Now, you'll see your mistakes get amplified. I went way too low on that one. I didn't get a good angle. It pops it straight up. That's what you got to worry about, and that honestly is the biggest difference you're going to notice here, is the fact that because everything is moving faster, the game speed is just quicker, you're going to notice there's a lot more room for me to screw up, and I'm going to screw up a lot more. And I mean, that's kind of the biggest difference you're going to notice between low ego and medium ego. And then high ego is kind of its own little beast, but like down around this level, if you're playing online and you're only playing around 40, you should be able to just pound the ball every time. Just wait for your pitch and just knock it out, because it's going to go flying. Obviously, timing the X swing can get a little tricky, but it's not that bad if you just time it kind of with the release. I don't really think I'm doing anything special, but like in general, I'm going to be able to hit most out with a pretty high power number. Obviously, again, when you go too low, that's where you're going to start popping out constantly. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I really do appreciate it. Please do like and share. It helps us out a ton. Anyways, guys, later.